Hey, I wanted to ask about how you became vegan. You were telling me that you were listening to a scholar at the Jaina Convention in New Jersey, and he didn't directly talk about veganism. So can you describe a little bit more about what he said and how it related for you?
So it all started with that lecture. In the lecture, the question was asked whether we have more hinsa because of rag or it's because of dvesh. And most of the people who were attending it, they said, okay, it was all because of the dvesh. But then surprisingly, he said, no, it's all because of rag we do more hinsa. So
How would that be?
so let's take an example. Like we all like to eat cake, which is made up of egg.
Yeah.
We eat it because we like it. It's not because we hate it.
Right.
The egg. Similarly, a lot of people use leather belts or leather things. It's because they're attached towards it. It's not because they hate towards it.
Right.
So that was the thing which connected. And then I was having really difficult time, even though I have seen so much cruelty against the cows, that I was not able to give up my milk because my rag towards the milk was so great. And I connected these two dots together, and bingo, within a month or so I became vegan.
And how have you managed to maintain it? Because some people have made a transition, but then you hear a sad story of how they were not able to sustain it. How are you able to sustain it?
Well, I think it's my rule of thumb is once you get convinced on the fact, then I will live to that whatever is my beliefs are. And plus I did get my support from my family, my wife also became the vegan on the same day.
That's great.
Okay, so it kind of like worked out, and slowly lately, my like two years back, my both the daughters became vegan too. So it's like the entire family support. I got it.
That's great. So I think what you're saying is that when the conviction is strong enough and you have some support, it makes it a lot easier.
Yes.
Okay. What would be your advice to somebody who's considering becoming vegan?
Basically, first get convinced yourself whether you really get convinced that okay, the consuming dairy product is hinsa. So once you get that convinced, okay, once you are convinced in yourself, then at least then you will start taking baby steps. That's how I believe. Okay, start and say, okay, one day in a year I will be total vegan. Okay, and start one day, 2 days or month, and try to see, maybe not entirely vegan, maybe you give up some things like milk or maybe sweets or other things, but you have to move towards it. Okay.
Do you think it helps if they view things like the video that you viewed? It sounded like when you first became vegan, you saw an undercover investigation. Do you think while somebody is thinking about becoming vegan, it helps for them to see things like that?
Certainly, that is one thing which helped me become vegan. Yes.
Okay.